Hey everyone, it's Alexander, the real Mr. Robinson. Sorry for being MIA for a week, but I have been busy moving. Again. So, I'm settled in, got a new recording space. Let's talk about Quentin Tarantino's movie now. This is my review for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is the ninth movie by Quentin Tarantino, even though Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 are two movies, so technically this would be his 10th, but whatever, I'm not going to get into that debate again. So this movie takes place in 1969 Hollywood and follows Rick Dalton, an actor played by Leonardo DiCaprio, who feels like he's a has-been and is having a really difficult time trying to land more accomplished roles. And he is best friends with his stunt double, Cliff Booth, played by Brad Pitt, as he's not only Rick Dalton's best friend, but he's his driver, he's pretty much his maid when you get right down to it. And the movie pretty much focuses on these two guys living out their lives, especially Rick Dalton possibly trying to escape being a has-been. I'm very mixed on Tarantino's last couple of movies. Inglourious Basterds was okay. I hate Django Unchained with a passion. And I thought The Hateful Eight was good and could have been great if it wasn't for its ridiculous length and the ending. And because of those few movies, I wasn't super excited for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood the way everyone else was. But I will say this, me going in with kind of a meh attitude, I was really in love with this movie. I fell in love with this movie. Wait, actually I should rephrase that. I fell in love with the first half of the movie. Because really, the first half of this movie is just excellent all around. Even if I'm not a big fan of Tarantino's movies from Inglourious Basterds to now, there are always some things that I absolutely love in his movies. For example, he's fantastic with actors, and both Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt in this movie are excellent. Both of them have great chemistry with each other, and they were given some really great dialogue to work with. And the only disappointment I really have with these two actors is that they're not on screen together for most of the movie, and their chemistry works so well that it's kind of a letdown that they're separated throughout most of it. But with the little time that they have, they are phenomenal, and Brad Pitt is just so good in this movie. I'm betting he's going to get an Oscar nomination just because he's that good. And Leonardo DiCaprio is great as well. He really channels that egotistical actor. And there are just some flat-out hilarious moments with him. One moment in particular that you saw in the trailer is when he can't remember his lines on set, and then when he goes to his own trailer, he just yells at himself, he throws things, he just has a fit because he embarrassed himself in front of all those crew members. So yeah, those two are phenomenal, and again, the dialogue is just fantastic. Again, it's Quentin Tarantino, with the exception of some movies, he is really good at writing dialogue. And I said this in my Hateful Eight review, but he's the only guy that could get away with telling rather than showing the audience, just because he's that great when it comes to dialogue. The movie has a fantastic look as well. He really captures the look of 1969 Hollywood. It's very well filmed, the color palette's great, and the first half is just overall a very well-made film. In my opinion, it's one of the best movies of the year that you never ever need to see the ending to. Because once we get into the second half of the movie, the second half is just kind of like, that's where the movie really becomes self-indulgent. I mean, there's literally a point in the movie where it stops for a few seconds just to showcase the new Beverly Theater that Quentin Tarantino owns here in Hollywood. And I'm just like, really? That's the equivalent of Michael Bay putting a Bad Boys 2 poster in a college dorm room in Transformers. Like, you did not need to go down that route. And the overall second half of the movie just doesn't feel that well made. It's just lazy in some parts. And then when you get to the ending of the movie, the ending is so often debated throughout many audience members. Whether you love it or hate it, I am firmly in the camp where I hate this ending. I hate it so much because it goes back to the Tarantino that I cannot stand for the life of me, where he just goes so over the top with his violence. It's just absolutely brutal, and I don't want to say anything that's really spoilerific because Tarantino is known for his alternate history movies, but the violence is on a level where it's just so uncomfortable to watch. It's so drawn out, and what really makes me even more upset is the audience thinks that they should be laughing at the violence. And I'm like, if you put this exact scene in a horror movie or some sort of heavy drama, and if you didn't change anything in this scene, nobody would be laughing at all. But because it's a Tarantino movie, you hipsters out there give it a pass because, oh, Tarantino can't go wrong. Screw that. Screw that ending so much. So this is actually a tough movie to rate because I've had a couple days to think about it. Like I said, the first half of the movie is one of the best movies of the year that you never need to see the ending to at all. The second half is lazy, and the ending pissed me off. And on top of that, it's just such a huge cop-out in the end, considering that you know what happens in real life. Which I guess I should bring up Sharon Tate. I didn't mention Margot Robbie throughout this entire review up until the end, because they don't do anything with Sharon Tate. She's barely in the movie. She barely has any dialogue to work with. I mean, she's good for the time she's in the movie, but you could have cut Sharon Tate out of this movie entirely, and it would not have made a difference. And I will stand by that statement. So, I don't know how to rate this, to be honest. I guess because the first half is so good, I will give it a very unenthusiastic, good but not great rating. I mean, the first half is great. I've praised the first half nonstop, but that second half and ending is so bad that it just really bumps it down tremendously. I'm sorry, guys. I want to love one of Tarantino's newer movies, but I just haven't seen anything since Pulp Fiction that really impressed me. So apparently he's got one more movie coming out because he's dead set on retiring at 10 movies. So maybe the 10th one will be the one. We'll see. And there you go. That's my review for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And now I want to know what you guys think about the movie. If you've seen it, what did you think? How do you feel about Tarantino's past couple of movies? Do you absolutely love them? Are you mad on them? Do you hate them? Whatever the case may be, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and of course leave a comment. Don't forget to support my Patreon page, follow me on social media, and until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one